Yogurt milk à?
Right à? Chị tìm được.
Dạ.
Cái sự yogurt sauce.
Em thấy song song.
slowly.
I think 個 show week quite a
Very
while.
very try. I feel in the website. Oh god.